Joel, how you doing, dude?
Dude, I'm okay. How are you doing?
Good. Yes, blessed, bro.
Nice.
I'm just going to do just the typical stereotypical thing here in British thing and just talk about the weather a minute. And it's cooled down a lot. It's cooled down a lot,
Thank
dude.
God.
Oh, man. The last few days been intense, or even last week. Deadly, bro. Like, and bear in mind, we've got an aircon unit in here. We've got windows in here. But, it was something else.
It was mad. It was actually tropical weather practically, wasn't it?
Bro, it felt like we were in the middle of the desert. Like, as soon as I came out of this office, like, go outside to my car, it's like, my God, it's so dry out here. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But, yeah, hopefully that's... I mean, we can't complain because I'll soon be complaining when it's raining and it's cold and wet. You know?
Yeah. We just want something a bit more in the middle, don't we?
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing.
Mid-20s, not mid-30s.
Yeah, mid-20s, T-shirt weather, shorts, that's it. That'll do me. Yeah, so, all right, dude, let's jump straight into this week. Obviously, it looks, things across the board have been, like, really consolidating, interestingly. If you look at, like, the dollar, everything dollar-related, we've gone nowhere in comparison to last Friday's close. Obviously, the dollar's still heading, though, for a potential 8th consecutive week in the red. But we've just slowed down just a little bit for now. I think, like, what do you think it is? Me, I believe there's like mixed fundamentals at the moment. I think there's a lot of caution.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. This is something we were talking about with the members and even in some of the blogs and stuff like earlier on in the week. Some of the really bearish dollar arguments have become a little bit less strong. Such as, like, one of the reasons dollar was getting hit so hard in July was expectations of underperformance in the US economy. But then we had some good data last week, didn't we? Like NFP, ISM was quite decent.
Yeah, it was.
And some of the jobs data this week as well, the weekly jobless claims out decent. So it's kind of like the US economy isn't doing quite as bad as some people thought it was. So one of the key arguments to sell dollars is a little bit less.
True. But then you could look at it in the sense that, okay, data's improving in the US and obviously it has been globally as well. Risk on. It's a tricky one.
Well, yeah, exactly. But that's been weighing on the dollar, though, because we've seen all those risk on flows in equities.
True.
And then dollar's been struggling. So, like you say, it's mixed fundamentals.
That's it. Yeah, mixed. Let's talk about something that has really moved this week, and that's gold.
Yeah.
Gold, I literally tweeted the other day when gold was just doing a madness. I was literally just staring at my screen. All I tweeted was gold is on a mad one. Like, literally, that is it.
Yeah.
Just no details. There's you can just check the charts.
Perfect description. Yeah.
Mate, it was crazy, man. And I think, like, at the end of the day, what I was saying to the members was, look, we had these consecutive weeks of pumping and not even just like rising. This is big pumping, like aggressive. It went through 2,000, that psychological $2,000 mark, hit pretty all-time highs and then rallying up to 2077 or something. And that's just insane, dude, in such a short space of time. Yeah,
dude, I completely agree with what you're saying. Like, it didn't really look as though fundamentals had really anything to do with any of this. It's just market psychology, like you say, pumping, and then everybody goes, "Oh my God, hit the brakes!" And then what did we see? I think it was more than $100 decline on Tuesday.
Wow,
which is mad,
dude. That
is $120 decline.
That is mental. That's a lot of pips. That's a lot of pips.
It's a lot of pips.
Yeah, I think, like, at the end of the day, it's obviously we had probably some big players. They were like, look, this is enough now. Let's close out some profits. And then obviously at the end of the day, the market's built up on sheep. So everyone else was like, oh my goodness. Like, and then there's just a big dumping. Because, obviously gold's been supported by all this QE, right? A lot of central bank stimulus. And it's still likely to be supported by that. There's no sign of anyone unwinding yet. The RBA, the Reserve Bank of Australia, expanded their QE program. NZD, New Zealand, expanding their QE. So gold's loving it right now. We've just got to have this sort of technical correction before we go again. I wouldn't be surprised if we go and take out those last week's the highs. I wouldn't be surprised if we do. So
I completely agree, dude. It's just I think we need this consolidation for a bit, and then we can build a foundation for further gains.
Yeah, agreed, dude. Let's talk about NZD then, because New Zealand, we had the RBNZ rate decision, and they were dovish, weren't they? Took some surprise action.
Super dovish. It didn't surprise me, to be honest, because they were dovish last time back in June as well, and then like when the policymakers have been speaking in between the two meetings, they were quite dovish as well. But yeah, like I say, they threatened negative rates. They kept the threat of FX intervention on the table. They expanded their QE, which nobody expected. Yeah, it was very, very dovish stuff.
They went guns blazing there. They weren't holding back, were they?
It was like a bazooka.
Literally. And because we sent out a preview to members and it was just like, look, they historically like to talk down NZD, and boy, did they try and do that right there, of all of that. Jeez Louise, they knew what they were doing. My goodness. Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah, because before, obviously, they weighed up the idea of negative rates. No. I was thinking of Bank of England, but yeah, they've so the threat's there potentially.
And it's really interesting because it highlights the difference between the RBA, the Reserve Bank of Australia, and the RBNZ of New Zealand, because the RBNZ, like you were just saying, they're really trying to talk their currency down, and we're seeing all this underperformance in NZD. But AU is actually doing. I mean, it's had a mixed week because it's been a mixed week for the dollar, but it's doing a lot better than NZD. And that's purely, I think, because of the fact that the RBNZ are being super dovish, whereas the RBA are being a lot more neutral.
Agreed. Well, we actually had some comments last night out of, Thursday night, out of Governor Lowe. And he said that, I think he said like he's not concerned about the value of it, but he would like a lower. It's not overvalued, but he'd like a lower AUD. That's what he said. It's not overvalued, but he'd like a lower AUD. So maybe he's just giving people a little warning for now. I mean, potentially they come in and start intervening at some point if it gets too high, because they said before about it being. Where are we now? We're just below the psychological 80 area, I think. Are we? Is it like 79 something?
In AUD USD.
Yeah.
71.50 at the minute.
Oh, sorry, mate. I got really confused there for a moment.
Yeah, you're thinking I don't know what you were thinking of.
80. Yeah, dude. Just can that. I don't know what I was talking about there. No, but what was it? What was the RBA? Someone noted something at the RBA. Remember, one of like the deputies. He said a specific level. Do you remember, dude? He said a specific level.
Oh, dude. A couple of weeks ago, he talked about if it goes above 70, he wouldn't like it.
70.
But we've been above 70 for ages.
Yeah, it's true. 80. That's funny. No, but to be fair, 80 was the norm for AUD at some point. I'm very sure. I wouldn't just say that number. Yeah. That back in 2017, I think. Yeah. I just remember it quite clearly. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right. And then let's talk about GBP, because GBP's outperforming the peers today. And if you look, GBP's generally holding quite decent ground, like its performance against the dollar, its performance against yen. Yen particularly, GJ has been good this week. We've actually called some really nice setups for the members. And I think we've had quite some upbeat commentary on the trade front, you know, that there's still a deal can be made. And then we had good talks with UK and US officials. Do you just have a bit of insight on that? Because I just know the talks went well.
I mean, to be honest, I don't think the talks with the US are as important for GBP as the talks with the EU, because as a percentage of the trade that we do with the US, it's quite a lot. It's quite a big amount, but it's about I think it's about 4 times less. So I definitely think it has been helping, because any optimism is optimism, right?
True.
But I think, like you're saying, that stuff about what David Frost was saying,
yes,
that's the big positive. And I also think, I don't know, I want to get your take on this.
Go on.
Do you remember we had GDP data as well? And it was shocking, like everybody thought it would be. Actually, it wasn't quite as bad as people thought it would be, particularly the June GDP data, which was actually quite a bit better than expected. So I was thinking maybe that as well could have been helping GBP.
True. I agree with you there. I think on that day, so when was that? That was Wednesday that data came out, didn't it?
Yeah.
I think like initially pound took like a minor knock. I think it's just the fact that, oh crap, we're in a technical recession. But then as you say, it could have been a lot worse. So yeah, I think that's supportive of the pound as well. Definitely that it could have been worse, and it wasn't. So yeah, it's a good point. I think on the month on month was a decent improvement, wasn't it? Month over month.
Yeah, the June one.
Yeah, June.
It was good.
That was good. Yeah. So yeah, I think that's supportive of the pound as well. Definitely. Obviously, look, things are going to start getting extremely volatile next week. Just quickly on the David Frost thing, dude. Like, he's saying that now, but you see how quick these guys change their tone. I remember Michel Barnier, like 2 weeks ago, was saying, you know, he doesn't see us getting a deal. It's just like, these guys, man, it's just, what they say now, you take it with a pinch of salt, basically.
Yeah.
But meetings are taking place from next week, 17th. They start to take place again. Yeah. So expect some GBP volatility incoming. I think that's pretty much it. Dude, I haven't actually had a look at next week's calendar. I know we've got a couple of UK data points, like retail sales and CPI, which are both expected lower. Do you know any other big events, apart from Brexit talks?
So it's not the busiest week. Like, we've got RBA minutes, we've got ECB minutes. Friday will be good, though, because we got PMIs from the Eurozone, the UK,
nice,
as well as UK retail sales. I think we've got Canada retail sales on Friday as well. So Friday will be quite juicy.
Nice. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, it's a decent amount of things to keep an eye on. And then obviously on Saturday, we'll keep an eye because markets could gap higher or lower depending on what happens with US and China. That's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
You know,
that's going to be.
You never know what's going to happen there. But I think that US Treasury Secretary, I think he's got more of a stable head in comparison to Trump. I think he'll try and make sure everything's okay. Like, you know, if it's Trump and the officials or Xi Jinping, then I'd be a bit worried, you know. But I think I think it should be okay. You know?
No, I think you're right, dude. I think Mnuchin, like you say, he's more level-headed. He's not known as being super anti-China like some of the other. Like, you know, Pompeo.
Pompeo.
He's very anti-China.
Very, yeah. He's a real hawk, very aggressive. Yeah, so, okay. Yeah, so we're looking out for that. Apart from that, dude, that's pretty much it. You got much planned on the weekend?
I think I've got some mates coming up to Clapham, actually, so I'll probably hang out with them. Should be nice.
You going a night out, or?
Yeah, I think so. A couple of beds.
Hey,
why not?
Cheeky.
Hopefully the weather will be, like it is now,
well, it's supposed to be thunderstorms, actually. Thunderstorms.
Oh, God. Nice.
Yeah.
What about you, mate?
This weekend... No, nothing really planned. Obviously, I play football. I play for a Sunday team, so I'm just playing football on Sunday. I'm on a winning. We're in pre-season at the moment, so we're on a winning streak, and I'm on a scoring streak. Goals both games, back to back, baby.
Dude, good luck.
Cheers, yeah. But other than that, dude, nice one. Cheers, bro. Let's get it.
Cheers, bro.